What is up, everyone? Funny guy here once again. So, it is time for my 2017 Stanley Cup Playoff NHL bracket. That's right, it's finally here. I'm making this video on this Tuesday. Playoffs officially start tomorrow. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I kind of forgot about it, and I was really tired yesterday. So now I'm doing it today. So let's get started. So I decided I'm going to start over here on the East Conference side. So, first round, I got the 1 seed Montreal Canadiens against the wild card seed New York Rangers. That I actually kind of think that's a tough one, but I'm going to have to go with Montreal. I really think they're going to bounce back after missing the playoffs last year. I think they're going to bounce back. Next matchup, Ottawa Senators against 3 seed Boston Bruins. I really like that matchup too. But I'm also gonna have to go with Boston. Yeah. So looks like they're predicted to win it. So let's go with them. Move on down here. The overall seed in the entire playoffs, 1 seed Washington Capitals is the President's Trophy winners for the second straight year, taking on the wild card seed Toronto Maple Leafs. Now that's actually a tough one as well. I'm going with Washington though. However, I would not be surprised if they lost to Austin Matthews and the Toronto Maple Leafs, who I think have been having a really good season from the rookie Austin Matthews. Now we'll move on down. The 2 seed Penguins against the 3 seed Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets, I'm pretty sure, have only won, I think, 2 playoff series in their history. They've never made it to a conference final. And, well, I really want to see Columbus win, but for right now, I have Pittsburgh winning. So, that's a really good matchup. Same second round matchup as last year, Capitals and Penguins. So, everyone, this is the second round set for the Eastern Conference. Montreal, Boston, Washington, Pittsburgh. Now let's start with the Western Conference. So we get the overall 1 seed in the Western Conference. The 1 seed Chicago Blackhawks sent a wild card Nashville Predators. I'm gonna have to go with Chicago though, but I think that's a series that Nashville could spoil Chicago's run to the Stanley Cup. Now, next one, the 2 seed Minnesota Wild against 3 seed my St. Louis Blues. Yes, that's right. So, Blues having a very good season, and Mike Gill, coach of the Blues, will be facing his former team, who we faced Minnesota Wild 2 years ago, back in 2015, which I hate to say we lost in the first round, which that was when I'm pretty sure we had the overall 1 seed in the West. And that was when Mike Gill was the coach of the Wild, so now he's the coach of the Blues, of course. And speaking of the Blues, I actually think that they're gonna win this series. That's right. Now I was looking, I don't think that many people had the Blues winning the first round, but I think it's gonna be pretty tough. Minnesota has the edge, but I'm picking St. Louis Blues. So now let's move on down. 1 seed Anaheim Ducks against the wild card Calgary Flames. I really like that matchup too. That's honestly pretty tough. I'm actually gonna have to go with Calgary. I really think they're playing solid at the right time and having a great season. They were on that 10-game winning streak back in March, and we'll just see what happens, what they do. Ducks have the predicted to win it, but I'm picking Calgary. Now, The 2 seed Oilers against the 3 seed Sharks. I was actually kind of surprised. I thought the Sharks could have been possibly the 1, but they're the 3, and that's really tough. I would love to see an Edmonton-Calgary matchup. Both teams from the Canada province of Saskatchewan, or no, not Saskatchewan, Alberta. However, I'm going to have to go with defending Western Conference champs, Sharks. Though I do think Edmonton can pull up the upset though. So now, we've got the second round set. On the West, Chicago, St. Louis, Calgary, San Jose. On the East, Montreal, Boston, and Washington, Pittsburgh. So, Montreal, Boston, that is really tough. However, I think Montreal will win it though. I just think some way they're gonna find out to win it. And then Washington and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, of course, spoiled Washington's hopes to go to the Stanley Cup. But I think Washington's gonna come back. And now move into the conference finals against the Montreal Canadiens. Now on the west side, Blackhawks, Blues are really good. A beautiful matchup in the second round. However, I'm going to have the Blues winning a stunning upset in 7. And then Calgary, San Jose. Of course, the Blues just placed the Sharks in the conference finals last year. I think they're actually going to face them again. Though, that one's actually really tough. I would not be surprised if they face Calgary either. So, the conference finals on the west side, a rematch of last year's St. Louis Blues against San Jose Sharks. And on the east, Montreal Canadiens against Washington Capitals. So, on the west, this was so tough. However, I'm actually going to have to say the Sharks. Oh, I don't know. It's so hard here. You know what? I'm actually gonna pick the Blues. Making it all the way to the Stanley Cup. That's right. Make it to the Stanley Cup final for the first time since the late '60s. And then Washington, Montreal. I'm gonna go Washington. And that is actually who I picked in the Stanley Cup final last year. But who am I gonna have winning? Washington, unfortunately. I was going to pick the Blues, but I don't think they have the power to win them all. I just don't. I just think they're not going to be ready yet. And who knows, maybe they won't even make it to the conference finals. Or maybe they won't even win the first round. Yeah. So, now enter goals scored in the Stanley Cup final. Alright, so it's set here. So, I'm going to go